Alright, what is going on, my dudes? We're back here today with the info for Deadpool XForce. People have been commenting for this, asking for this for months, ever since it was teased he'd be getting a rework. Every buff video I make, hey, but I thought Deadpool was getting buffed. Well, guess what? Now he finally is. Coming in June? June build? Soon? Soon. So, Deadpool XForce, man. Let's just start jumping right into it. As always, we highlighted everything that you need to know. That's just kind of what we do here. Hopefully, you know that at this point. About Deadpool XForce, Wade Winston Wilson, aka Deadpool, joined XForce, a Black Ops team running covert missions to eliminate threats to the Muta holdup. Didn't we do this whole bio thing already? You know, with the other, less cool version of me? I'm the hot one. That red-suited scab factory just copies Spider-Man. I've got skills, suckers. Alright, cool. His prestige, not great. I mean, like, cool. If you want to put 6 into this guy, like, if you like him, put him in, but don't rank this guy up for prestige. Cool. Deadpool X-Force's mechanics. So Deadpool X-Force excels at berating his opponent with insults during the fight to inflict taunt debuffs that weaken them. It is imperative that his opponent is annoyed during the fight to maximize Deadpool X-Force's duo. I have no clue how to say that, so we're just gonna go with duo. Duodenum poke output. Furthermore, he skips around the battlefield nonchalantly to frustrate his opponent even more. If they're too distracted by his gleeful approach, he can unleash a devastating super slap to inflict massive bleed damage. Cool. Alright, so strengths, resilient. Constant application of taunt debuffs causes the opponent to deal much less damage and allows Deadpool to take more hits than most, especially if you run Inequity. Really great underrated mastery. Alright, bleed damage. Lots of bleed damage. Alright, we'll get into that. Weaknesses, bleed immunity. Lots of bleed damage. That's what it does. So, abilities. He has a very potent access to taunt. So Deadpool can inflict taunt debuffs on the opponent, reducing the opponent's attack rating by 25% for 13 seconds. Max stacks 3. It doesn't say here like how much it influences defender special activation. She-Hulk's Furies are 15%. Most other taunts are 70%, right? Like the actual taunt debuff, 70% chance for the opponent to use a special attack, right? So I would assume that's what this is here. Plus they're reducing attack rating by 25% each, up to 75%. Or maybe it's just 25% activation per taunt. Who knows? That should be a little bit more clear though. Inflict a taunt debuff each time the opponent fails to activate a buff or debuff during a basic attack. Cooldown 4 seconds. And you inflict a taunt debuff by landing a heavy attack. So it really looks like the heavy attack is where you're going to be getting most of those taunts when you're on offense, right? This one seems a little bit more defensive, right? Stacking taunts, only Deadpool could be so brash. Stack all 3, have your opponent's special attacks cycle all day long. Nice. Okay, so all attacks. Duo poke, 100% chance to inflict a bleed debuff, causing 1229 direct damage over 4 seconds. Cooldown 4 seconds. So this is like his old SIG ability, right? That's just in his kit now. It still doesn't stack, but there are ways to stack that a little bit. We'll get to that later. Heavy attack, super slap. While walking or skipping forward, I would imagine there are new animations, Deadpool builds up indefinite slap charges to a max of 10. Once he reaches max charges, Deadpool can expand them during a heavy attack to unleash a super slap. One can only imagine the heavy attack animation is some sort of slap, inflicting 10 stacks of duo poke bleed. That's a decent bit. Dev notes, the bigger the ego, the bigger the slap. Charge up Deadpool's super slap charges to deal some big bleed damage. Take control of the stage to get charges quick. Okay, cool. So it's looking like if you could find ways to walk forward to your opponent and you can get to 10 charges quickly, a nice solid heavy attack is going to do some decent damage, and there are ways to increase that as well. We'll get to that. Special 1. If the opponent has a taunt debuff during this attack, Duo Poke does not have a cooldown. Death by 1,000 pokes. I would imagine the Special 1 has a lot of hits in the animation, and there's going to be a lot of bleeds from it, right? In shorter fights, spam heavy attacks, Special 1 to stack tons of bleeds on the opponent. Yes, you can only imagine that that's where a lot of the damage is going to come from most ordinary fights. Heavy attacks into Special 1s and all that fun stuff, right? So, Special 2. This is Deadpool's favorite attack. And this I don't really know what this means here. Fighting as a defender, he is 100% more likely to use it over other special attacks. Does that mean he's always going to be using it? He's not going to be using the Special 1? Or unless you're taunting the defender? I don't know. What's up with that? Each hit that is blocked inflicts a taunt debuff. If Deadpool successfully lands all his hits during the attack, he has a 100% chance to inflict a stun passive lasting 3.5 seconds. Now, no, never mind. Never mind, not even going to say that because it's incorrect. Knock the opponent away and it lands a long-lasting stun to build up a ton of super slap charges. So, 3.5 seconds. I would imagine the special 2 pushes the defender back and then stuns them for 3.5 seconds. That's going to allow you to walk forward, right, and build up the super slap charges, leading to a heavy attack to get the 10, right? That only seems like how it should be there. We'll have to see it in practice, but on paper, that's what it reads like. The special 3 here. And with the taunt debuff, also, 100% chance to gain a vicious buff, increasing the potency of damage over time debuffs by 75% for 25 seconds. While this effect is active, all taunt debuffs on the opponent are paused. Make sure you've got a super slap in the bank before the special 3 to get some huge bleed damage. So, yeah, it's looking like for like longer type fights, right? You want to go for like the special 2, I would say, and then build up that super slap, right? Build up to the special 3, right? Once you have your 10, go for the special 3. There's going to be a taunt on the defender, right? It's going to be paused for 25 seconds. Then you're going to go for a heavy attack, and you're going to get 10 bleeds that have 75% increased potency, right? And then at this point, you could probably go for the special 1s as well. You're probably going to be doing a lot of damage going special 3, heavy attack, special 1 spam is what I would imagine. That's what it looks like on paper, at least. So, signature ability. Superciliously? Cool. Superciliously Superior Slander. I should like read these titles before I make the video, especially when it's like a Deadpool. So, taunt debuffs. Each time the opponent purifies a taunt debuff or a taunt debuff on the opponent is replaced due to hitting the max stacks limit. So once you get to 3, go for another one. Deadpool gains a power gain buff, granting half a bar of power over 5 seconds, cooldown 5 seconds. So that doesn't stack, right? But you can do it every 5 seconds. So that's gonna be nice for getting to the special 3, right? Raise to the special 3 or spam a ton of special 1s with some extra power gain. Right, not too bad. Not the best sig ability, but it's nice to have. Looks like it's definitely not needed, but it's going to allow you to get those power special attacks just a little bit faster. So, synergy bonuses, I don't see anything here noteworthy. There might actually be new champions added in. Yes, a Black Cat in there. I see Craven, but it's like those synergies that like you're literally not ever going to really use unless they happen to be on the same team. Some armor rating, some critical damage rating, some perfect block chance, some rating. So recommended masteries, Deep Wounds, right, obviously, and Petrify and Pacify. Grants ability accuracy reductions, decreased combat power gain, and regeneration rate to opponents that are afflicted with Deadpool special attack 2 stun. Cool, definitely not needed. Ignore that, honestly. But Deep Wounds, definitely a good mastery for this guy. Looks like he's going to be fun. I'm not sure how impactful he's going to be to the overall meta of the game. I'm sure he'll be fun when there aren't too many things you have to keep track of in a fight. We'll have to see. On paper, he looks cool, man. He looks fun. He doesn't look like he's going to be like mega super duper impactful to the game. But if you have a Deadpool like most people do, he's probably going to be pretty fun to use. Plus amazing synergies with Nick Fury, Omega Red, and other champions like that. So that is it for this video. If you enjoyed the breakdown, drop your boy a big like. Let me know what you think about Deadpool XForce's buff in the comment section below. Are you excited for this one? Have you been waiting for this one? Did you prematurely rank 3 Deadpool XForce like an absolute madman? Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any Deadpool XForce gameplay. Coming to you when the patch goes live. Do not ask me when it goes live. It always goes live at the same time. Be seeing you